What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to another Forza Horizon 4 autumn season video for the weekly festival playlist. Today we're going to be jumping in to the Autumn Developer Championship. It finally showed up on mine. For some reason it was glitched and it wasn't showing up, but now it's here. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. You can see here the car restriction is S1 900 and it has to be a modern supercar. So I've got 3 cars set up for that. We're going to go ahead and jump into it, and we're already driving one of those cars. All right, here we go on the Gotta Go Fast Road Racing Championship. Let's see what our races are. We got a circuit race. I didn't see what that bottom right one was, but like I said, we're already driving one of the cars, being the 2012 Nissan GTR Black Edition. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. All right, and then anytime you're doing these seasonal festival championships or seasonal championships, you want to make sure you're racing against at least highly skilled drivatars in order to get the car. In this case, it is the Ferrari Enzo. But we'll go ahead and get this started. So the tune for each of these cars will be up on the screen at the beginning of each of the races. And so basically, I'm just gonna, give my opinion on the tune as we do the races, and make a suggestion on if I think you should use a specific tune or not use a specific tune or along those lines. So let's see if this GTR can't keep up with the rest of the pack here. Looks like we've got a 2-lap race. I'm not sure that I've done this event or this race. I don't remember there being this long of a circuit, honestly. That wasn't like a Goliath or Colossus race, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Got a bunch of Lamborghinis ahead of us. Just gonna try getting them out of the way. It's like is that an i8? It is the i8 Roadster up in first. So let's see if we can't handle him as we go through Edinburgh, or at least on the outskirts of Edinburgh. And the brakes, didn't need to brake that much, I guess. We're going through a little bit of Edinburgh. Alright, we're up in the first, bouncing off some storefronts. So now we're just going to hold on to this position. Ooh, that's a turn. Like I said, we're just going to hold on to this position now. Get bumped by the i8. And see if we can't get some distance. Ooh, that was a bad turn. That is a bad racing line through there, that's for sure. And this is much longer of a circuit than I thought it would be. It's actually a pretty fun circuit. I don't mind them being longer. It actually gets some top speed elements into it. Typically you don't get that with circuit races. Alright. I'm not even close to the start-finish line yet. This car does sound really good though. I'm surprised that this is 2 laps. Usually they would only do 1 lap, I would imagine. Just because of how long this race is. I wonder if it's longer because it's a developer race. I wonder if this is a custom... I guarantee that's what it is. I think these are custom made, or community made routes, I think. Okay, well that makes more sense why I've never done it then, I guess. Because this was a developer championship, so I'm assuming that it's based off of people, or routes that people have made maybe? Or routes that aren't typically in the game, which is pretty neat. And we are way off the track. Let's join back in. We're still in first. Barely. Gave the drivatars some time to catch up to us. I finally see the finish line on the map. Definitely a much longer race than normal. Alright, so we just finished our first lap. Almost 4 minutes a lap is a pretty long course. I mean, by the time we get done with this next lap, we're gonna be sitting at around 8 minutes, which is almost doing the entire Goliath race. So pretty long race, and this is just one of the races that we're doing in this championship. So definitely be interested to see the other 2 events, see if those races are just as long. I'm imagining they're probably gonna be just as long. So, but I think what we're gonna do now is just skip towards the end, just so that this video doesn't get too long. Obviously, if anything interesting or funny happens, I'll pop you guys back in, but I think we're just going to jump towards the end of the race, so we don't have, 20-minute long video. All right, and almost 4 minutes later, there we are, across the line. First race is done. We got 20 points there to go towards our championship total. So we'll go ahead and jump into our next race and into our next vehicle. All right, here we are into the second race. This one's called Absolute Downforce, and we're jumping into the Ford GT. This is the 2017 Ford GT. And the share code for the tune we're using will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. So let's see how we can do here. We're only doing 1 lap on this one. So curious to how long it was. It didn't seem like it was that long. It seemed like that first race was much longer than this, on the map at least. But we'll see if that's true or not. Hopefully we can actually catch up to these drivatars. We're in 5th currently. Got like a hairpin turn coming up. Hard on the brakes. Not hard enough. Not early enough is what I should say. Alright, let's see. We gained some ground there though. Right behind Ferrari in 4th. They're going to hit some brakes here. We're going to stay flat and on the gas all the way through there. We're going to have to way hit the brake there. Whew. All right, let's rewind that. I took that way too fast. I was not paying attention that we were turning there until it was too late. That should be fine. On the brakes. There we go. Nice thing about having a rewind on is for that very issue there. So onto the highway. I don't know if we're gonna have top speed over some of these people or some of the cars. They may be faster than us. I think that we're definitely, got more downforce through the turns, I think. Seems like we're doing okay. Let's brake a little bit there, brake a little bit here. And off the highway. I'm not seeing the finish line yet. I don't even remember where we started, quite honestly. I think we're doing fine though. This is a really high-speed course. There's some train tracks. I do see the finish line now. Yeah, this is much shorter of a course. I'm wondering why we had to do 2 laps of the other course and only 1 of this. Doesn't make much sense, but it is what it is, I guess. We'll just do however many laps they want us to do, and we'll get a Ferrari Enzo out of it. And Drivatar's coming up quick. But be careful on your braking there. He was zooming through that zone. But there we go. Across the line, that was, what, 2 minutes? 2.5 minutes? Way quicker than the other one. So that gets us 20 more points. As I hit next, you can see we've got 40 points total on the championship. So we're going to go ahead and go into that final race and jump into our final car. All right, here we go into the final event. We're going to jump into the McLaren 650S Coupe, and we're doing the Edinburgh Loop circuit. So obviously this is another, custom-made one. And the share code for the car, or the tune that we're using on this car, will be up on the screen. This thing just seems so much faster. So we'll see how it does. It feels like it's pretty planted to the ground too. I say that and I'm sliding off the track. Alright, there we go, back on. It seems pretty, like, responsive, at least from a turning standpoint, is what I should say. Let's see if we can't get caught up to first place here. Taking out some trash cans, slowing them down. Got 2 Lamborghini Huracans up in front. I mean, the Huracan would probably be a really good option for this as well. I just wanted to use something that we hadn't really used before. So I've not used this McLaren. I've not used the Ford GT at all. I don't even remember what we used for first race. The GTR. We had used the GTR. But I wanted to use some things that we haven't used and that I haven't personally used, like, at all on this game. Ooh, pay attention. Let's rewind that. I'm not paying attention and causing issues for myself unnecessarily. I was looking down at my little paper that I use. But there we go. Much better turn. We've got a hairpin coming up. We've got 2 laps on this circuit. Which is understandable because I don't believe it was as long of a circuit as that first one. I really still am just very confused why we only did 1 lap of that second event, but 2 laps of the first one with a much longer track, but much confusion. This thing's holding up pretty well. Out of the 3 tunes, it would be hard to decide for me to be like, this one's definitely better. This one seems faster to me. I think if I was doing it, I would pick this car. And I guess that's something I need to clarify. You don't have to use 3 cars like I'm doing. I do this just for the sense of providing some content for the channel and showing people, you know, other cars that can be used and tunes that can be used. You only have to use 1 vehicle. You can use more if you want, but not a necessity. I think that this would probably be my choice if you've got it. If you don't, I mean, the GT worked perfectly fine and the GTR worked perfectly fine. It may come down to which car you actually own. Obviously they've got tunes on them, and the tunes themselves cost money to throw on there, because I mean the GT, the Ford GT, we threw all-wheel drive on with the tune and, you know, stuff like that. So it may just come down to whichever car you actually own might be the best option for you. So I wouldn't say it's worth necessarily buying one of these cars if you already have one of the other 2. That's what I would go with, is just the one that you own. But personally, I think the McLaren, and I'm a McLaren fanboy, so I think it might just be the best option. Alright, we're on our final little straightaway to the finish line. I really like this championship. It took longer to actually do, but it was actually really cool that, you know, we're doing races on tracks that we haven't done before, so, or at least I haven't done before. I think this championship's been in the game before, and I don't know if they change up the actual tracks, but it's a pretty cool little thing. I'm definitely gonna have to check out like Track Editor or whatever, Blueprint, whatever they call it in this game, and make some kind of a track myself at some point. But there we go, we got 60 points. That gets the Autumn Developer Championship complete. We'll get 3 stars because we came in first against highly skilled drivatars. And that'll get us the Ferrari Enzo. And there we go. That's how we get the legendary Ferrari Enzo in the autumn season of Series 39 of Forza Horizon 4. I hope you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful. If you did, definitely leave a like on the video. Definitely get subscribed for future Forza Horizon 4 content. Every Thursday I go through and make videos just like this on the weekly festival playlist after it resets. So if you want to stay tuned for that, definitely get subscribed. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next video.